This is Grappling Greg, and you're watching Squared Circle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Zimmerman here with Tom Dacey. You are live on the Squared Circle, November 18th, 2014. It is with heavy heart that I have to announce that the results of Monkeygate 2014 have come out.
I just got word, and pending further investigation, the board here at NHTV has suspended Hollywood J. Williams, pending further investigation.
Well, you know, the footage we ran last week of Hollywood J and Lucas Sharp was kind of damning to Hollywood J's reputation, and you know, that went a long way towards his suspension.
You and I both saw it.
You know, I don't know what's going to happen there, pending further review. But you know, Hollywood, you know, we hope you can get through this
and just come clean. I mean, the evidence speaks for itself.
You know, I really think that if he admitted to what he did and came up with some sort of apology and plan to, you know, make amends, that he might be able to get the suspension removed. But
yeah, in other words, quit the monkeying around, Hollywood.
Too much monkey business. But we move on.
Yes.
Hollywood, hopefully we'll hear from him shortly.
We have some catering this evening.
Yes, yes. We've got some donuts here.
Would you like them?
I think maybe later on in the show.
Well, I'm going to partake if you
There
don't
we
mind.
go. It is National Diabetes Month, by the way. So, I don't even know what to say about that. It is National Diabetes Month, and those
Delicious.
of you, yes, those of you that are afflicted by diabetes, we
I'll put these by you.
yeah, thank you. Our hearts go out to you and hope that you are well and dealing with it in a safe way.
Big night this coming Sunday.
Yes, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, it's taking shape, and we're slowly getting all the details. I understand there's a huge Divas match that's going to happen, and that's really the only thing I'm looking forward to.
Oh, of course, we love our divas.
Yeah.
But of course, now you have two former members of the Wyatt family competing against one another.
Yeah, you know, and one of whom won the Intercontinental title last night.
New Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, yes.
In Luke Harper.
With a little help from the Authority.
Yes, which we hope to see the end of this coming Sunday.
Yeah, I think if not this week, then relatively soon after. You all right there?
Yes.
Little sugar shock? Wow.
No, when we mentioned the Authority, you know, we're all sick of the Authority.
Wow. Wow. I thought I was going to have to dial the Authority. But at any rate, yeah, hopefully at Survivor Series we'll see the end of the Authority, if not relatively soon after.
And of course, now the Bella Twins, there's as of last night, 8 more days in Brie being the servant.
Right, right. So that would be more than likely
right after Survivor
Series? Yeah, the Monday after.
So
1 week after.
Oh, Tuesday.
Oh, a week from today. 8 days from yesterday. Oh, okay. So next Tuesday. So we'll see her next Tuesday.
See her next Tuesday.
Right, right. More than likely at the taping for SmackDown.
So now SmackDown hasn't moved their night, right? They're still on Friday.
Yeah, I think that move is going to happen in January, if I remember correctly. If you check the Squared Circle page, our vigilant reporter Dylan Zimmerman has posted all that information and attendance ratings and all that, and some really in-depth information. Speaking of which, Dylan Zimmerman and the WWE, for his work and efforts with the WWE, I have a check here. You can see the WWE logo up in the corner from WWE to my son, and I won't disclose the amount because that's his business. But yeah, Dylan got paid for his work for the WWE. You can
Wow.
see where their logo is, and it's made out to Dylan Zimmerman. And great job. So, you know,
So dinner's on Dylan next week?
yeah, you know what? He's working hard.
So others don't have to.
You bet your life. So, you know, it runs in the family. The guy's doing some great work and getting paid for it accordingly. And, you know, hey, where I work, and everybody knows, I won't say on the air, but everybody knows where I work, they're hiring right now. Go out and get a job, man. You know, you want a letter of reference, I'll write you a good one so you can get a job.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, with the holidays coming up, everybody needs that extra money.
I'll tell you what, I've been doing 60, 70 hours a week, and it's you know, it's demanding. Which brings me to my point that because of the hours that I work, that I'm not able to get to all of the events that I would like to get to. And you know, we do support independent wrestling. We are fans of all the independent product, but unfortunately, you know, we have other commitments that prevent us from getting to the events. You yourself have transportation issues that prevent you from getting to a lot of these venues.
I mean, the only time I can go is when either you or Hollywood J
Right.
with that limo of his
Right.
pick me up. And of course, we all know how Hollywood J is with a sense of direction.
Oh, that's crazy. But, you know, Hollywood J himself, in this time of season also, is extremely busy, and he's been working, you know, insane hours. So it's unfortunate that, you know, we can't get to these events, but it is fortunate that I am working and can provide a home for my family and all, you know, provide for all their needs, including food and clothing and comfort.
Absolutely.
So, you know what, if other people are offended by that, or, you know, don't care that, you know, we have other needs to attend to, that's their problem.
I want to let our viewers know, in case anyone was looking on Facebook for last week's show, I don't know if there's an issue with Facebook.
Right.
I did post last week's show. It is on YouTube. But when I went to share it from my page on Facebook to the Squared Circle page, it didn't allow me to.
Yeah, I don't think you're the only person having trouble with the links on Facebook. Some people have sent me a few different links, and I haven't been able to click on them.
That's why it wasn't on your page.
Right.
And I did tell Hollywood J, I let him know that if he wanted to put it on his page, to go on my page and then click share to his page.
Right.
So
But-
I know he did do that, but that's why it is currently not on the Squared Circle page.
Right. But you can go to YouTube and find us, the Squared Circle 18 on YouTube, and share it with your friends, share it with your family, you know, because, you know, other people might be working right now and can't watch it as we are speaking live, but, you know.
And of course, if they missed last week's show, they could go on and see the security footage
Yes.
of the Saru bribe.
Yes. Monkey Gate 2014.
Monkey Gate 2014.
Hollywood. Prayers out to you, brother.
So, what do you think is going to happen this coming Sunday at Survivor Series?
I think we're going to be bored out of our mind. As far as predictions, I think John Cena will prevail in anything he does. I think we may see, if not the end of the Authority, what will be the beginning of the end of the Authority.
It looks like, from what we witnessed last night on Monday Night Raw, I mean, the Authority was doing everything in their power to decimate Team Cena.
Yes.
But at the end of Raw, the entire Team Cena came back out, including Ryback.
Yes, which I predicted Ryback would be the
So,
final piece.
and of course, ended with Triple H getting slammed through the table,
Yep.
which I loved.
Well, you know, I think that over and over and over again we've seen the Super Cena, and I think we're just going to see that one more time. That he's, no matter what happens, somehow he's going to come out on top. But it should be.
I have to say, this is actually the one and only time I'm rooting for Cena.
Finally, right? But
And please.
I think, the ratings are down, the stock is down. I think interest in WWE is at, I don't want to say an all-time low, but is really sinking. And I don't know what it is that they can do to change it. But I'll be interested to see what the numbers are going to come out for Survivor Series, which traditionally is the big four of their pay-per-views.
I have a question. What is going on between the Bunny and Adam Rose?
I'd be interested to see if we're ever going to have a reveal of who the Bunny is.
I mean, there was more sparks last night on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, obviously they're building up to something, which is, are they going to have a match between the?
I mean, it seemed like the Bunny was enamored with Natty.
Who isn't though?
I mean, and causing once again Adam Rose to lose to Tyson Kidd.
Right. But I'm not sure where they're going with that. But we've got the monkey in PWA, so of course we have to have a copycat.
Yep.
A bunny in WWE.
Yes, and as I told you off air, I had the opportunity to chat with a nice young gentleman the other night in Wallingford who works with the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a nice chat about wrestling, and I mentioned our show, and he said he was going to check us out.
Nice, very nice.
So,
Well, obviously we've known for quite a while now that the WWE is aware of our show and are fans of our show, and they provide us with the network gratis
oh,
because
absolutely.
of our coverage, and we really, really appreciate it. And we are, hey, I'll just say it. My name is Mark.
I'm Mark.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
We are the Marx Brothers.
That's correct.
You bet your life.
You bet your life, brother. But hey, it's catching on. Did you see the People Puzzler? I posted it. People Puzzler. One of the clues was "You blank your life" in last week's People Magazine. So People Magazine is on board. WWE is on board. We love it. You bet your life. Sprite. Yes, the new Sprite commercial has Imagine Dragons' "I Bet My Life." A little variation, and of course, we played Florida Georgia Line last week. They're singing "You Bet Your Life." It's a revolution, and even that show over in that other station there keeps saying "You Bet Your Life." So keep copying us. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's great. Keep it going. Make it a worldwide sensation.
What is it they say? Imitation is the sincerest flattery?
That's right. I'm extremely flattered. So you bet your life.
I mean, and I even put that when I posted the show last week about the security footage.
Mm-hmm.
I tagged it, "You bet your life."
You bet your life. It's true. It's true.
You be the judge.
Yeah.
You bet your life.
That's right. So, it's interesting to see where the WWE is going to go and what they're going to do to not only just change the ratings, but to boost their stock, because it's in danger of dipping below $10 relatively soon.
Do you think with this whole announcement by Vince, with this match at Survivor Series, do you think we'll start seeing Vince maybe on a periodic basis?
I would hope so, because when he does appear, the rating does go up, and fans still love the Mr. McMahon character.
I mean, the King and Cole and JBL were alluding to it last night. If the Authority is out of power, who's going to run things?
Right. Well, hopefully we'll see more of the Mr. McMahon character and boost the ratings, therefore boosting the stock and helping my pocketbook a little bit.
I mean, let's face it, back in the day, I mean, that was the fun times of Monday Night Raw with the Mr. McMahon character.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
Kiss My Blank Club.
Right. I mean, you watch, you watch the rivalries, and that rivalry between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon is by far the hugest thing that ever happens in wrestling business.
My favorite was when he got whacked with the bedpan.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, obviously, you're never going to replicate that, but the Mr. McMahon character is still widely popular, and you know, the fan base that are watching, particularly now with the network, and are seeing that if they hadn't lived it when it, you know, when it was live, are watching it now and are enjoying that Mr. McMahon character, and it's never going to go out of style. You know, people love to rant and rave about, you know, how much they hate their boss and where they work, and you know, and he just represented that character for the everyman. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
to hate, and you know, Steve Austin was that everyman that, you know, would, you know, who wouldn't want to walk up and slap their boss, you know, and body slam him and slap him around and hit him with the bedpan and do all that crazy stuff.
And then, of course, you have Mick Foley
Yes.
adding to the mix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it's just a lot of. It was a lot of fun then, and I think it could be a lot of fun again.
Yes. That's what we're missing nowadays.
But who do you think he would would stand up to him? Who would be the today's version of the Steve Austin side of that equation?
I'd say Ryback.
If he had some charisma, a little bit more, I'd say you'd have to give him some acting lessons, or give him a little bit more charisma, because he doesn't quite have it. Roman Reigns doesn't quite have it. He's taking acting lessons. I'm hearing Roman Reigns is taking acting lessons. Well, I think Cena and The Miz should have taken acting lessons before they made movies, but they're learning as they go.
Possibly either maybe Luke Harper, or
We really haven't heard Luke Harper speak yet, you know, and it's got to be somebody that can talk, you know, because in order to stand up to McMahon, you're going to have a lot of vocal ability that, like Steve Austin did. Steve Austin was never short on speech.
Maybe if our buddy Bill is watching and he wants to call in, and maybe we can get Bill's opinion on this.
Yeah.
See what he has to
But
think.
hopefully, I mean, they take the ship in a new direction, because it's really just not producing right now.
No.
You know, and with TNA still up in the air, they haven't announced a new TV deal yet. You know, Vince and the WWE may be the only product on the air, and you know, people are just going to watch it out of lack of anything else.
Now that's their contract is up, what, December 31st?
Yeah, I believe the end of this year.
So they still have just
They've canceled.
over a month.
They've canceled future TV tapings. Spike has canceled they had planned to run the best of. excuse me, the best of TNA, and Spike has canceled plans for the best of TNA. So nobody has on their schedule anything involving TNA, and there's no deal been announced. So it's not looking good. Excuse me.
So it could be the death of TNA.
Yeah, and which, you know, we've said, you know, as much as we railed on them, some competition is better than no competition. And if TNA isn't around anymore to at least you know, give some sort of you know, competition and rivalry, and then
Looks like Vince is the only game in town.
and if you're the only game in town and there's nobody breathing down your neck, you're gonna get stale, and it is getting stale.
Oh, absolutely. Like we keep saying, we miss the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
That's.
And you know, I don't mean to say it's like we need the ultra violence that like the
No.
ECW brought in,
No.
or you know, or the gratuitous.
Just liven it
you
up.
know.
Liven
Right,
it up a little
right,
bit,
yeah.
you know.
We need the characters
Yeah.
and the personalities that you had, you know, in that time, right? As we said,
DX.
DX, character and personality,
Stone Cold.
Mankind.
Yep.
You know, even Kane had more character and personality back then. The Rock had character and personality, and these were guys that were larger than life personas. And John Cena comes out, and he's just John Cena. He's not a character or a persona. He really doesn't have the charisma. You know, and his promos just are pretty flat.
Now, if the Authority is over and done with after Sunday, will we see Kane and Triple H back on the active roster?
I think Kane is going to leave WWE relatively soon, and Triple H is not going to be a regular, at least in-ring persona. You're not going to see Triple H.
So he will just stay behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's definitely going to run the office, and that it will be his role from here on out in the WWE corporation. As far as him regularly wrestling in the ring, it's pretty much over.
And Kane will be leaving.
Yeah, Kane's going to be leaving the WWE. They just released The Great Khali, if you saw on our page.
No, I did not.
The Great Khali was just released, which, no great loss.
Yeah, because like we stated before, it was very tough for him to move in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching him walk down to the ring alone.
Right. I mean, very likable guy, and he definitely had his time and his day, but his day has passed. And I think just for him, physically moving from town to town was very, very difficult. Just a man of his size, between cars and planes, and it was very difficult for him to get around. So I mean, it's a relief for him to be able to enjoy some sort of retirement, and hopefully, he was well taken care of, or set himself up for retirement and can live comfortably. But that's not politically correct. But
Our crack staff back there.
yeah. But we wish him well in his future endeavors.
Yes, we do.
But yeah, we will see Kane leave after this character run is over.
So, you think then after Sunday we won't see the Authority anymore?
I don't think it'll happen it will be the beginning of the end. We'll see the demise slowly break down, and by probably this time in December,
Do you think we might see maybe possible McManigans?
I think that there's going to be some sort of attempt at McManigans, but I think John Cena and his team will have to win clean to just end this whole storyline. Because if there are McManigans and there's some question of, well, we could have won or should have won had this not happened, then it will extend that story, and I really don't want to see it go any further.
It seemed like last night, like both Stephanie and Triple H, they're beginning to worry.
Well, I really think, and you're going to say I'm crazy for this, I really think that we need the return of a strong character like Vicky Guerrero.
Excuse me?
She was great at what she did. And somebody like that needs to intervene and come in and take charge and be, the boss of Monday Night Raw. And I don't think, I really think that Triple H is pretty flat in that role. Because it doesn't seem to me that his heart was ever in it. That he was kind of thrust into,
Johnny Laurinaitis?
This Johnny Laurinaitis?
Yeah.
Which I kind of sound like tonight. But I don't know. But I don't think that Triple H was ever comfortable in the role of the Authority and being the guy in the suit. If you watch his interviews and his documentaries and stuff, and he wanted to be a wrestler. He wanted to be in the ring, and he wanted to become the champion. And he did well with his promos when he was talking about a rivalry with another fighter. But in his role as the Authority, as the guy in the suit and tie, he's not convincing. And he just doesn't seem like he's emotionally involved in it, and he can't get me emotionally involved in it.
And of course now Shane O'Mac is off doing his own thing now, right? He's not involved with.
No, he's not involved with WWE at all, other than being a stockholder.
So yeah, you might be right. Maybe somebody like Vicky Guerrero type. I mean, the question is, if it's not Vicky, who would it be? Somebody. Who would have?
It needs to be somebody strong in character that is going to, convince us that this is real again.
Yep.
Because obviously the days of kayfabe are long gone, but they need to come out with somebody that convinces us, and draws us into that storyline and into that world for that 3-hour period. And I really haven't seen anybody do it in quite some time.
No.
Bray Wyatt had a shot, and they kind of watered his character down.
Yeah, I mean, since they split up the Wyatt family, yeah.
And I thought with with the Wyatts we were going to return to that character, and obviously we know he's Rotundo's kid, but
Yeah.
but while he's in the ring as Bray Wyatt, you're buying into that character, and that should be a shining example.
Now, JBL is still overseeing NXT, right?
Yes, and with William Regal.
Yeah, so.
And honestly, right now, if you watch on the network NXT, I think NXT is a better product than Monday Night Raw. You've got, for basically what I was saying, you've got all new characters, and these are guys that want to come up to the main roster, so are trying their best.
You're watching the development happen.
Correct. So you've got guys that want to be the next top guy, that are trying their hardest to create a character, to show off their in-ring ability, show off their promo abilities. And it's almost like watching a good minor league team, or a good college basketball team, because these are the guys that are hungry to be at that level, at the next level.
Like the old New Britain Red Sox.
Correct. Who spawned David Ortiz.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Well, that was the Rockets. But New Britain nonetheless.
Yep. I went to quite a few games when they were the New Britain Red Sox.
But yeah, those were the guys that were going to that next level. And hopefully when they get to that next level, they'll keep that hunger, But we do have Bill from North Haven on the line.
Ah, ask and you shall receive.
Good
Hello,
evening, Bill from North Haven.
Oh, you guys even knew it was me. I'm like a super stalker.
No, an Uber fan.
Yeah, that's it. How you guys doing today?
We are wonderful.
Good. How are you, Bill?
Good. I can't see everybody, so I'll just be listening to the voices that I know so well now. I'm in a remote location, so I'm not actually watching the show tonight. So I'll have to look forward to Jay posting it on your website so I can review it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that before you called. I wanted to let you know that the show from last week is on YouTube. When I went to post it to Facebook, for some reason, it would not allow me to share it to the Squared Circle page.
Okay.
But you know where to find us on Facebook, and if we can get those links squared away,
Yeah.
we'll take care of that as soon as we can. But it is on YouTube,
And
you
it's
can
on
find
my
us there.
page. It's on my page. He can go to my page and.
If you missed the opening of the show, Hollywood Jay has been suspended for his involvement in Monkeygate 2014.
That's wonderful. It's due time you guys took control of him and settled him down. I think that whole Hollywood thing's going to his head.
So
I agree.
pending further investigation, Hollywood Jay's status on this show is in jeopardy.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, I saw him at the gym 2 weeks ago, and he was pumping some serious iron, so I don't know. He's getting ready for something, some kind of assault that we're not aware of.
Yes. Did you get my Evite by any chance?
When did you send that?
2 days ago, possibly?
I'll take a look. I've been got kind of busy, so I haven't been able to get a look at anything. But yeah, I'll take a look and I'll respond.
Okay, great. Because we are planning the event, and it's coming up really quick on us, and it will be the game changer if we can pull this off.
Yes, it will be.
That is awesome. And that's I'm very excited. Now as soon as I finish up with you guys, I'm going to jump on and find my notification. If not, if for some reason I can't find it, I'll try responding to one of your posts
Right.
out there. But,
Right. Message us. Yeah, private message me, and I'll get back to you with all the
cool.
details. But we definitely would like to have you involved.
Bill.
What's your take on Survivor Series, real quick?
You know, I kind of, I'm a little more excited than I was before. I have to say, I was surprised, and I was half in and out last night, but all of a sudden I jumped up at the end when I saw, what was it, Eric Rowan joining John Cena's team, and I thought that was like, I was like, wow. I go, that's pretty damn funny. And, you know, I when he came out and the music was playing, everybody was watching. I'm like, who the hell is this going to come in? And he popped out, and he's got the mask on, and I was like, I go, this now just got interesting. So I'm actually excited about his character, and I think it plays well to the audience too, because I think they were all very excited. It seemed like there were a lot of cheers out there when he came up and started pointing at his brother. You know?
Yeah.
And John and I were just talking before you called in. We wanted you to weigh in on this. If this is indeed the end of the Authority, who do you see stepping in to run Monday Night Raw?
You know, I guess it kind of comes down to, you know, where Vince McMahon is at this point. I think the show was and can be a lot more exciting with him out there, but I kind of like the fact is that they're really depicting, you know, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon as this evil empire, and I think that would be a great thing to continue on going with, especially if McMahon came in and was trying to, you know, kind of fight back, you know, a la that back in the Attitude Era when, you know, it was what the Ministry was fighting against him, and he was bringing guys out of the locker room, and anytime you bring stars out of the locker rooms, the fans get a big jump on that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the rumor was, you know, for a while, the rumor was that Sting would come in and be the general manager. There would be some kind of rift with, you know, between The Undertaker and other folks, and he'd end up fighting, you know, with McMahon. So, you know, I think it's open. It's wide open. But, you know, hell, if Sting was to come in as that authoritative, you know, manager and not have to wrestle right away and get himself, you know, a little more acclimated, I think that might be something good, but I think it's wide open. You know, I think there's a ton of options. Eric Bischoff could come back. You never know.
Wow.
That's a thought because, you know, Sting has been down in the facility, hasn't he?
Yes. Sting is under contract, and his role is yet to be determined. I really like that.
Is Bischoff still affiliated with the company?
Not that I know of. I know he's done some interviews, but I don't think he's got a contract. But I like your idea with
that's
Sting.
Interesting, yeah.
I like that because definitely Sting could talk.
Yeah.
And as you stated, that it would keep him from actually wrestling, but keep him involved in the product. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
I'll third that.
And, you know, a couple of Stinger death drops. You know, he does what McMahon does, except on the other side. And you know, Vince could come in and say, "This is our guy." We know he knows he's fair and above the board, and McMahon could still be kind of liked, and the Authority could be that kind of outside entity coming in trying to fight it to get it back. And I think they could, you know, that could push them into WrestleMania, into the springtime, into the summer.
I like that.
So they might get a lot of traction out of it.
Well, there you. We're going to forward this show to Stanford, and put your name on it.
There we go.
Well, listen, I'm going to start doing something on Twitter where, you know, and my daughter is the Twitter maniac, and she could help me out. But my Twitter thing is going to be, you know, trending. Where is Sting? And that's what I want to start doing because I'm getting tired of waiting.
Nice, definitely. All right, we appreciate your call.
Write that down. So this was what, November 18th? And
yes.
what's the time?
Yes, at approximately 8:30ish. So.
Yeah. Hey, will you guys be on next week too?
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
All right. So, listen, thanks for letting me call in. Hopefully next week maybe I'll stop by before the holidays and wish you guys a nice holiday in person. Okay.
We definitely
love to see
appreciate
you,
it.
Bill.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.
All right,
You
good
too,
night.
Bill.
Thank you. Some excellent points. That's why we love our Uber fan,
Absolutely.
Bill from North Haven.
I love that. I love that thought about Sting.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we haven't seen him yet, and we know that he's been...
From your lips to Vince's ears.
There you go. So, Vince, if you're watching,
And we know you are.
we know you are. We want Sting.
There you go. Did you happen to catch the Randy Savage special?
No, I did not.
The Randy Savage DVDs was released today, and they had a 30-minute preview on the network. And this is the profile of Randy Savage that they should have done many, many years ago. And they've got footage of him playing baseball when he was trying to be a baseball star.
Oh, wow.
And back in his high school days, they interviewed his high school coaches and his minor league coach when he was in the baseball AAA system. And it's just great stuff. And they have early footage of him in Jerry Lawler's territory when Lawler and Jeff Jarrett Sr., or excuse me, Jerry Jarrett, were running the promotion there, Mid-South. And it's just some really, great footage from early on. And Lanny Poffo, his brother, explains how he came up with it. Oh, yeah. And there was actually another wrestler that he kind of borrowed that from and made it his own.
Oh, wow.
And,
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, the 30-minute preview was absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the entire production on the DVD. And this is what should have done. They put out a DVD of Macho Man and Randy Savage, but it was just matches, and there was no commentary, there was no, behind the scenes, no promos, no nothing. And this gives you the whole package of what Randy Savage was. And for those of us that experienced it, live, it's great to reminisce.
Great wrestlers. I loved Randy Savage.
Yeah, and for those that were too young at the time to see this, you can see not only the greatness of the match with him and Ricky Steamboat, but you can see his presentation. And even on the program, they say he wasn't the biggest guy, but when he had the costumes and he had that huge wingspan that in the costumes, it made him look bigger, and he made himself larger than life. And you look at this, and it goes to my point of there's no characters anymore. This guy lived and breathed the character of the Macho Man.
We had the reincarnation of Macho Man, remember?
Yes, at our WrestleMania party.
That was quite an experience.
Yeah, that was great, and he did an awesome job.
But I'll have to check that out. I always like Macho Man, of course. Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, of course.
Remember seeing the wedding when they got married.
Yeah, one of the great wrestling marriages on screen.
But
yeah, he was just, lived, breathed, and just sweat that character. And we really don't have that, that level of character, development anymore.
Speaking of WrestleMania, did I hear correctly that tickets for WrestleMania go on sale this Saturday?
Tickets for WrestleMania are on sale now.
They're already on sale.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can get a travel package. Travel packages are sold out. So we missed that. We
Not
missed
for
the
us.
Well, at any rate.
Because we do get everything for free, right?
Of course, if it's free, it's for me. But you can go online and get your tickets for WrestleMania. But the word is Sting Hogan.
No, not going to happen.
Oh, God. I
Not
hope it
gonna
doesn't
happen.
happen. I hope it doesn't happen.
I am going with Bill's prediction. I think we will see Sting, hopefully, running Monday Night Raw.
That would be awesome. That would be a step in the right direction.
I think Bill hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Awesome.
But
It looks like, oh, maybe not.
I thought we had another call.
Yeah, I did also. Nope. At any rate, it's like I said, it needs something. The Monday Night Raw needs something, and the WWE in general needs something to kick it into the overdrive and give it some new life.
It just seems to me, and we've said this once before, there's too much filler.
Mm-hmm.
And not enough action going on.
I really think the 3-hour format needs to be cut down to 2, because most of the third hour is just recapping what happened.
Yeah, I mean, most of the night last night was the Authority trying to destroy Team Cena.
Mm-hmm.
That was the gist of the whole night, basically.
Right. And if you were to pare it down to a 2-hour format, it would run much smoother and be more entertaining. It just seems like they're just stretching it, and I don't need to see if I'm devoted and dedicated to watch from 8 o'clock onward. I don't need at 9 o'clock for you to tell me what I just saw.
Yeah.
Right, and so obviously they're doing that for the fans that haven't watched since 8 o'clock and are just tuning in. Oh, what you missed. Well, then you're insulting me. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're telling me, well, you don't have to watch from 8 o'clock on because we're going to tell you what happened. So why even bother?
And now, of course, on Sunday there's another hour pre-show before
Right, right.
the pay-per-view.
WrestleMania is reportedly 7.5 hours this year between pre-show and post-show.
Oh my God.
7.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Talk about working hard so others don't have to.
Yeah, really.
That's a lot of content, which you can
Really?
get on the network.
For just
Not,
well, not this month.
right.
If you subscribe this month,
Yeah, it's free
it's free.
until the end of the month. You've got what, 12 days left.
Yes.
So yeah, it's worth it for just summer. SummerSlam, Ooh, Survivor Series.
I mean, like we said before, what you're paying for the price of the network, just for the pay-per-views alone. I mean, pay-per-views alone before the network average what?
$50 to $60.
$50, $60?
Yes.
Do we have a call coming in?
I'm not sure if. No. Okay. Okay, that's an executive call. Not for
Oh,
the
I
show.
thought maybe we had a call coming in.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, since we released the news on Hollywood J, do you think he may have nerve to call in tonight?
I was hoping we'd hear from him, maybe get his side of the story, but he might have been banned from the show altogether, since suspension. It might be, we haven't. I haven't read the terms.
No, I just got the word before we came
Right.
into the studio to go on the
his
air.
suspension. I don't know if his suspension completely takes him out of the show, or just on air.
I mean, I just got the notification in my email as we were coming in the studio here.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood, if you're able to call in, give us a shout.
And you can give us a call just like Bill did at 203-907-0436. We'll be here for, what, about another 20 minutes or so?
15, 20 minutes, yeah. Before we came on the air, we were looking at the footage from Vinny V, which we're still trying to get together. And Vinny V ran an awesome show a couple of weeks ago at the Bristol Boys and Girls Club. And,
Of course, we were in attendance
Yes, yeah.
because we are the Marx Brothers, and as you said, if it's free, it's for me.
Right. And we had an exclusive on many of the interviews that we got, which you will see in upcoming weeks. Jesse Neal, good looks Donnie Brooks, Nathaniel Carr. Who else did we get?
And that was our
Vinny V himself, of
that
course.
was the excellent work of our excellent cameraman, Dylan Zimmerman,
That's correct.
and Hollywood J.
With Jay reporting. And the footage came out great. Unfortunately, we
Unfortunately,
couldn't transfer it at the moment from one system to the other.
Unfortunately, I had to turn the reins over to Hollywood J because the locker room is upstairs
Correct.
at the Boys and Girls Club,
Right.
so I had to stay down on the ground floor.
Well, since you didn't go upstairs and to conduct the interviews, you obviously don't support independent wrestling. But we do have Mr. Hollywood J.
See that? Ask and you shall receive.
Hollywood, what do you have to say for yourself?
Monkey Gate 2014, Hollywood. What's going on?
What I'm going to say right now, I'm going to tell you right now that footage was doctored. Somebody I am being set up. This is a conspiracy.
A CON conspiracy?
Conspiracy. I did not order an attack on the B-plus monkey, Saru. I would never do anything like that. Tom, you've known me for 20 years. You know.
I don't know, Hollywood. It looked pretty clear to me. I don't know. I'm not buying it.
As
These powers that be that control the NHTV now, I couldn't even. All I saw was a guy finger pointing at me.
yeah,
Yeah.
the footage.
That wasn't Walt would have never suspended me.
Well, you know, the footage really speaks for itself, and you know, I hate to pass judgment, but you know, it doesn't look good for you, Hollywood.
I'm going to get my team of lawyers to fight this, and I am going to be back next week. I guarantee you I will be back.
Well, you know, that's out of our control. You know, of course, we'd
Who-
love to have you
Who's
back.
his attorneys? Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Wait, those are the other three
Should we
Jewish
tell him
comedians.
he's missing the donuts tonight?
Yeah, we have donuts on board tonight. You're missing it. Tom's eating donuts on the air. It's almost like we're somewhere else.
I need another one.
But you gotta save me a couple.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're not here,
You miss out, Hollywood.
and we're also in negotiations with a local hamburger establishment, and we're looking to get a sponsorship, and it's going to happen.
Well, see, we still have our fans.
Yeah, people want to be involved.
We still have companies that are willing to work with us.
Oh, without a
Even
doubt.
with these allegations against me, you know.
Without a doubt.
You know, I would never.
Well, without a doubt. And I know you're not near television, but I showed on the air, Dylan Zimmerman just got a check in the mail from the WWE corporate headquarters, and he got paid for his work on their behalf, and I was really excited. And so Dylan's out there earning his keep,
Working hard so others don't have to.
working hard so others don't have to.
A nice,
Bet your life.
You
a
bet your
nice
life.
hefty check, I
Yeah,
might add.
yeah, right here, WWE, right there. It's
You
amazing.
know, I think those other guys doctored the evidence to just get me kicked off my own show.
Yeah, there's his name right there. But it's amazing. Right? I mean, you may not be able to read it, but you can see that.
Yes,
WWE, Dylan Zimmerman.
absolutely.
It's amazing. Chase
I
Bank.
mean,
It's amazing. We're going to go to the bank and possibly order the new 2K game for Mr. Zimmerman.
I think you should. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. He's earned it. He works hard so others don't have to.
So, Hollywood, are you in solitary confinement yet, or what?
So out there, I haven't been charged with anything. Because
Oh.
it's not true.
Oh yeah, you know the suspension looks bad for you, buddy.
I heard that you were under house arrest or something. That's what I heard.
Well, I definitely want to get Lucas Sharp either to call into the show or come on as a guest
Yeah.
sometime in the near future, and we're going to put all this to bed.
Well, hey, you know, if you want to go to bed with Lucas Sharp, that's your business.
Lucas Sharp, because Lucas Sharp is probably in line to be the first ever Squared Circle television champion.
Well, you know, he does have to defeat Troy Stevens to do so.
Well, either way, whether it's Troy Stevens or Lucas Sharp,
Now, wait a minute. Now, we don't have any footage of you and Troy Stevens now, do we?
well, no, I've only met him once. I've only interviewed him once.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
I hope there's no monkey business on your behalf for Troy Stevens there, because you know that it's going to be quite the battle between Mr. Lucas Sharp and Troy Stevens.
Absolutely.
Do we have any idea when this match is finally going to take place?
Well, you know, I'm at PWA twice a week because I do support independent wrestling. I'm there supporting, you know, the Pro Wrestling Academy, and I'm supporting, you know, one particular independent wrestler, 100%. And speaking with Mr. Joseph Von Schmidt, he is still in pursuit of the belts. The company that's making them had an order for a national company, and we got put on the back burner because that was, I guess, you know, a more prestigious
Right.
offer for them. You know, hey, it's a matter of if I'm doing this show and Vince calls me up and wants me to do his show instead, I'd have to
heck
make
yeah.
the choice. But that's basically what happened in a nutshell. But we shall see, and it's also depending on the PWA Performance Center, because that is being put together as we speak as well. So PWA is looking to have that title at their facility, hopefully before the end of the year.
I hope so too. I hope their facility opens up before the end of the year too. That would be nice to see that.
But
Because either way, we have a champion that's going to be best for business.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Lucas Sharp, Troy Stevens.
And I'll feel good knowing that my monetary contribution went into helping PWA build their new facility.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Like I've stated before, we support independent wrestling 100%. And I don't want any of our viewers to get detracted by the viewers. The other guy, other people might say we don't care, but we care.
Hollywood, I know your business right now is really booming, and you've been putting in 50, 60-hour weeks, just like myself, and we're working hard, so others don't have to.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
It's the holiday season.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, John said at the beginning of the show, he has a family to support and can't always make it to every indie show, but that doesn't mean that we don't care about the indies.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
We're looking to make friends with all the promoters everywhere in this great state of Connecticut.
The great state of Connecticut.
Absolutely.
So, well,
Even
Hollywood,
one of these states, why not?
keep us informed of your suspension and what is coming from
And
it.
I will have to look for some more evidence, maybe. See what I
Right.
can find.
But do what you can to clear your name and get back on the show.
I'll be back next week.
I'll be back, says the Terminator. Well, we will
Don't sit.
terminate this call. Thank you very much, Hollywood.
Take care, Hollywood.
All right, good night.
Hollywood J. Williams still insists
Still
he was
insists.
framed.
I think the footage doesn't lie, but that's out of our hands now,
Yep.
and it goes to the top brass. And
It's in the executive's hands right now.
the board of NHTV will render their decision, hopefully before next week.
Hopefully we'll see Hollywood back here, but then again, who knows?
Oh, I think we can do the show.
I think so.
We'll have to do a hostile takeover.
I think I seen one of those on another show one time.
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
6 minutes left. I don't want to steal Hollywood's thunder, but do we have a worst of the week?
I don't have one. How about you?
Well, let's see. The ratings, the stock, and just Monday Night Raw overall. Just you guys got to.
Yeah, to me last night, I mean, that's all Raw was basically about last night, was the Authority trying to destroy Team Cena.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll come up with something exciting for Survivor Series. Hopefully they'll start developing some characters and get us emotionally involved again.
And once again, I go right along with Bill from North Haven, saying we will see Sting.
Yeah, I hope
like
so.
that idea.
I really do like that, and
I think he's the type of person that could really run it well.
well, you know what? It's a fresh face that we haven't seen on WWE programming. We obviously know he can talk very well, and he can be that authoritative figure that can threaten to kick your tuchus. It would be interesting. It would be something fresh.
The last I heard of Eric Bischoff, I believe he's working for True TV.
Okay.
I believe I saw his name on a couple of shows
Well, he
on
and
True TV.
Jason Hervey
Hervey.
have a production company together, and they've done quite a few productions that have been very successful. So, I mean, Bischoff himself doesn't need the WWE to, for at least not for
I want to say
cash flow reasons.
I want to say True TV. I believe that's where I've seen his name quite a bit.
I don't doubt it, because he did. Let's face it, he's a smart guy, and he turned an internship into running WCW, into a full-time career, into a production company, and has done very well for himself. So, I mean, no matter what he does, he's come out smelling like a rose.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens after Sunday. Will we see the end of the Authority?
Let's hope so. But as I predicted before, I believe we will see the end of Stephanie McMahon on air, and she's going to go off and have another child.
What will happen now if the Authority is bye-bye? Will we see the end of the feud with the Bellas?
I think that has to come to a head at some point also. You know, we'll probably see the end of that.
Especially like we said once before, their storyline doesn't coincide with Total Divas.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
let's face it.
And
They're feuding on Raw, but when you see them on Total Divas, they're like,
they're sisters,
Yeah, they're
that love
sisters.
each other, so it's kind of contradictory. And when they're trying to make Total Divas coincide with the events of Raw, but
I haven't seen it in quite a few weeks. I gotta put it back in my DVR. I
Yeah.
missed the last couple episodes.
it's okay.
Is that on demand or no?
Yes. Yeah.
So if I go to E, I
E-Network,
can get the ones
Yep.
I missed.
Yep, you can go to the E! Network and watch previous episodes. But it's you know, honestly, I wouldn't watch it if it wasn't involved with the WWE. If it was, it's kind of like the Real Housewives of WWE. And I don't watch any of that style
Of course,
programming.
the drama between Nikki and John Cena. I'm sure that's still going
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah. You know, and then there's the possible, you know, and there's on the Total Divas, there's the possible divorce between Tyson Kidd and Natalia, and yet on NXT every week we see them together.
Yeah, and even on Raw last night.
Right. So you know.
And of course, you had the bunny flirting with her, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I would be interested to see who's in that bunny costume.
And
That'll be
making
the big
some
reveal.
pretty suggestive
But with
motions to Natalia.
with 2 minutes left, we have Thanksgiving coming up. Everyone, please be safe, be careful.
Well, we'll have one final show before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we've got Black Friday coming up. Don't hurt anybody over silly sales, you know. However long you've been on this planet, if you're 20-something years old, you've lived 20-something years without that product.
Believe me, you
Don't
can
run
live
over
without
somebody.
it.
Right. You can live without it. You've lived without it this long. Don't kill somebody for it. Don't hurt somebody for it. Getting fist fights and all that silliness. I know people that work at several other retailers, and the stories they come up with, and people just gouging each other's eyes out over an electronic, a TV.
We know someone that used to work at a local retailer.
Yeah, let's not go there. Well, with 60 seconds, we hope to see you next week. Tune in and keep watching for updates on Hollywood Jason
Monkey Gate
Williams.
2014.
Monkey Gate 2014. And we thank you very much for watching. And thanks to Bill from North Haven. And thanks to our this week's sponsor for the pastries.
Yes, and next week we will have a new sponsor.
Yes, and that will be announced. 30 seconds. Hollywood J. We wish you luck. Tom
Thunder
Dacey,
is Tom Dacey.
John Zimmerman.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
You bet your life.